Hello again. If we look at recent headlines related to wildlife trafficking, we must accept that while there are individual successes, there is a general negative trend. Wildlife are still being killed in very large numbers all around the world. This is despite the hard work of thousands of dedicated people in wildlife protection agencies and other law enforcement agencies and civil society. A December 2020 report by Interpol states that wildlife crime is rising 5% to 7% annually, 2 to 3 times the growth rate of the global economy. So why is this happening? And what can be done to reverse the trend? To answer this question, we need to look deeper into wildlife crime. Let's consider the story of Phan Cuon An Kor, as reported by Ashley Lampard on the Rest of the World website, an international non-profit journalism organisation. Cao is a Vietnamese national who grew up on the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City in southern Vietnam. He had an interest in business, and while he was looking for things he could sell, he noticed an old man who was selling squirrels in his hometown. Every day, the old man would sell all of the squirrels. There was plenty of demand. Cao saw a business opportunity and he moved into the wildlife trade. From this beginning, Cao developed international trade routes that earned him over $3,000 per trip. Eventually, through the hard work of the civil society group, Education for Nature Vietnam, in partnership with Vietnam's Environmental Police Department, Cao was caught. On the 21st of June 2016, Cao was convicted and received 5 years in prison, along with a $2,150 fine. This was the result after several years of investigation effort. What is the most sobering about this article is the very last paragraph. Despite a successful prosecution, the article states, Cao is back to his old business, only now he sells his illicit wares via closed Facebook groups. I still see pictures from Cao on several private social media groups, Duke said. I recently saw a picture of him selling a pair of bear clothes. Of course, Cao has not been convicted, so we cannot assume that he is in fact trading wildlife again. But this article speaks to something that every law enforcement officer has probably experienced. A successful prosecution sends a key criminal to prison, but the crime problem hasn't stopped. This leads many law enforcement practitioners to conclude that it is impossible to address crime. The crime is just part of life. But this situation assumes that our efforts to prevent crime so far are the best that we can do. The good news is, the crime scientists have developed different ways to address wildlife crime that are proven to be a lot more successful than the traditional responses. During this course, we will explore how science can be used to help us better understand law enforcement and how it can be more effective in protecting wildlife. Law enforcement is a very complex challenge requiring the use of many different methods by law enforcement agencies. We are referring to the day-to-day actions that law enforcement officers take part in, such as investigating, patrolling, conducting operations, etc. The purpose of this course is to instruct you in how crime science can be used to analyse which law enforcement methods will be most successful in each situation, so that law enforcement efforts to counter wildlife crime will have the best possible impact in saving wildlife and wild places. First, we will study the most common law enforcement methods currently used to counter wildlife crime.